From a top-tier NBA player begging on the streets to a once famous fitness model pushing a shopping cart through Los Angeles, these are celebrities who went from millionaires to homeless, starting with Delonte West, whose downfall was perhaps the most surprising. When getting drafted into LeBron James's team in 2008, West looked to have a bright future ahead of him, as shown by some of his best highlights.
Back to a one-point game, and there's West with the steal. West maintains the dribble. West driving with a slam dunk.
These plays, along with his contracts, led to West amassing a net worth of roughly $16 million by 2015, enough to retire him for the rest of his life. But around that same time, West was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. This, along with a difficult upbringing marked by substance abuse, contributed to personal struggles that would intensify after his playing days ended. Despite earning $16 million during his NBA career, West was later found homeless and panhandling. And when this clip of him getting noticed by fans at a gas station surfaced, everyone finally realized his situation.
Wait, did you play LeBron James?
Yeah, we played on the same team for 3 years together. I played with the 17th Cleveland.
So you in 2K? What's your name?
Delonte West.
This one. So you didn't invest your money or nothing?
Took care of all my family, made sure my family, their kids, everyone went to college, you know what I mean, had homes.
And they don't do nothing for you?
I stand on my own too, you know. Yeah, I don't live for anything in return. Keep working hard, you know what I mean? If they can do it, you can do it.
Despite several attempts from people like Mark Cuban to rehabilitate him, West still remains homeless to this day, serving as a terrifying reminder that no matter your wealth, you could still end up on the streets, much like what happened to Loni Willison. Loni rose to fame in the early 2000s as a fitness model, and during that time she met and later married actor Jeremy Jackson. However, their relationship eventually took a troubling turn. Following allegations of assault, the couple divorced, and Willison began a downward spiral marked by substance abuse and job loss. This led to her becoming homeless and desperately scavenging the streets of Los Angeles just to survive, as shown in this footage.
Hi, Loni. How are you? Good. How you doing? Happy New Year.
Good. Happy New Year.
Have you asked for help in the city? Have the city offer you help?
There's nothing that anybody can offer me.
You're happy the way you are?
Not necessarily. I mean, yes and no. There's like good parts and there's bad parts. But
Our next celebrity, Erin Barkley, suffered a similar fate. As a former world champion boxer in the 1980s and 90s, Barkley was known for his toughness in the ring and for defeating legends like Thomas Hearns. At the height of his career, he earned millions and held multiple titles across different weight classes. But after retiring, Barkley struggled financially due to poor money management and lack of long-term support. By the early 2000s, he was living in a Bronx homeless shelter, having lost most of his earnings. He eventually received some assistance and found housing, but his story remains a sobering example of how quickly fortune can fade, even for those at the top of their game. At least Erin managed to somewhat turn his life around, which can't be said for Haim, a teen idol in the 1980s, starring in several massive Hollywood blockbusters. At his peak, he received thousands of fan letters a week and was surrounded by adoring fans. But behind the fame, Haim was introduced to drugs at a young age, leading to years of addiction and financial hardship. By 2001, he was living with his mother in a small garage apartment and appeared disoriented during an E! True Hollywood Story interview.
I mean, you know, Toronto, you know, winter. Extra, read all about it,
He reportedly begged for a few dollars to buy pizza and even tried selling his hair and a tooth online. When he died of pneumonia in 2010, his family had to rely on donations just to cover funeral costs. Something similar can also be said for Erin Moran, who rose to fame at just 13 years old, playing an iconic character in Happy Days. After the show ended, her career stalled and she struggled with depression. In 2010, her California home was foreclosed on, and she moved into a trailer with her mother-in-law in Indiana.
I'm doing great. So what do you want?
We found her living far from the glitz and glamour of Hollywood in this trailer owned by her mother-in-law.
Sadly, Moran spent her final years broke and reportedly homeless after being kicked out of the trailer. She passed away at 56 from complications related to stage 4 cancer, with no illegal substances found in her system.